what assets go through probate? Well, the simple answer is probate assets. All right, that's not very helpful, is it? Let's talk about what are probate assets and what are not probate assets. Probate assets will typically be your house, for example, your real property, for example, your personal property, for example. But that's not always the case, because there are ways to take a house and make it a non-probate asset. How do you do that? So let's say your name is the only name on the house. Well, that's going to be a probate asset, right? And it's going to go under your will wherever you want it to go. But let's say instead you put your sister's name on the house with you, and the title is now joint tenants with right of survivorship. That means that the last person living is the owner of that house. So it is a non-probate asset due to the titling with survivorship. Bank accounts, are they only in your name? Then it might be a probate asset, or it might not. Is that bank account in the name of your sister, joint tenants with right of survivorship? Well, then it's going to go to her, not under your will. It's not a probate asset. Let's get back to the bank account is only in your name. But rather than having it be what we call directionless, you did a pay on death provision. Pay on death to your sister. So that bank account is going to pay to her on your death. It is a non-probate asset. Same thing with life insurance. If a beneficiary designation goes to your sister or whomever, non-probate. And you want your life insurance typically to be non-probate, because if it pays through your estate, through your will, it's subject to creditor's claims. How about your 401k or your IRA? It will have a beneficiary designation on it, hopefully, and it'll pay to whomever you want and not to your estate. If your 401k pays to your sister, it's a non-probate asset. She will likely have a 10-year period to take out what are called RMDs, required minimum distributions, whereas if your 401k paid to your estate, it has a 5-year payout. So that, whether the ownership of an asset, whether it's held jointly with survivorship, the direction of an asset, where you say it goes, if you were not saying it goes anywhere, like your 401k, you have no beneficiary, it pays to your estate, well, then that's a probate asset. So really important is understanding your assets and how they are titled and who is to receive them. A lot of people think that your will covers everything, and your will does not cover everything. We can try to make your will cover more. We can put in Washington what's called a super will provision to say that any bank accounts that exist at the time of your will, pay to your beneficiaries under the will. But guess what? You can go later change the bank account or open up a new one or do whatever you want, and then it's going to go to as a non-probate asset. So sorry, it is not a simple answer to what is a probate and what is a non-probate asset. So I do encourage you to see your estate planning and elder law attorney.